Okay. My name is William. Okay. Today I'm going to read another part of Ezekiel Chapter 17. Okay. And the word of the Lord can be saying, "The Son of Man, put forth a riddle that speak permanently unto the house of Israel, and say that thus saith the Lord God, a great eagle and great wings, long winged, full of feathers, which have divers colors, came unto Lebanon, and highest branch of the cedar, and cropped off of his young wings, and carried unto a land of Tephic, and he is set in the city of merchants. And took the land, and a fruitful field of the great waters, and the willow tree." And it grew, and it became a spreading vine, a low stature, and whose branches toward them, and the roots thereof were under him, and became a vine, and it became forth branches, and shoot forth sprigs. Also, so another great eagle, with great wings and with many feathers, and behold, this vine did bend her roots toward him, and shoot forth her branches toward him, that he might water it by the flowers of her plantation. It was planted in good soil by great waters, and they might bring forth branches, and they might bear fruit, and they might be goody fine. And say thou, thus saith the Lord God, shall it prosper, shall he pull up the roots thereof, and shall cut off the fruit thereof, that it wither, and shall wither, and all the leaves shall spring, even without great power, and then to pluck up by the roots thereof. Yeah, and you being planted by it shall prosper, and it shall not utterly wither, and whether it is either wind that toucheth it, and whether it furrows where to grow. Moreover, the word of the Lord can be saying, say now to the rebellious house, that not these things mean, and behold, the king of Babylon has come to Jerusalem, and the king himself, and the princes thereof, and then into Babylon. And the king see the covenant with him, and the covenant of oath with him, and he has taken the mighty of the land. And the king might be base, and that may lift itself up, but a keeping of the covenant it might stand. But it rebelled against them, and were bastards unto Egypt, and may give among horses and much people, so he prosper, and shall escape doing such things, and he shall break the covenant, and be delivered. As the Lord said, the Lord God, showing the place where king dwelleth, and he made king, who's all the despise of the covenant he broke, and with them in the midst of Babylon. He shall die, neither shall Pharaoh and by his army and great company therefore make him in the war by casting up mounts and building up forts, and they cut off many persons. So he despised the oath of breaking the covenant, and when he given his hand, and he had done all these things, he shall not escape. As the Lord God, as I live, should my oath and I have despised, my covenant they have broken, even my recompense, even his own head. And I will spring upon him, and it shall be taken, my snare, and I'll bring him to Babylon, and I'll plead with him, and there is trespass, and he had trespassed against me, All the fugitives of the bands that shall fall by the sword and remain as scattered of all the winds he shall know how the Lord has spoken it, and thus the Lord God of his branch, and the high cedar I will set it, above of his young twigs 10 or 1, and the plant of high mountain and element, and the mountain of the height of Israel, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit in the goodly cedar, and it shall dwell of the valley of every wing in the shadow of branches thereof shall they dwell. And all the trees in the field shall know that the Lord I have brought down every tree, and I exalted the little tree, and have dried up in the green tree, and dry have flourished, and the Lord spoken and have done it. Okay, it's in Ezekiel chapter 17. And next I'll read Ezekiel chapter 18. Okay. And you have to go right now. So thank you for watching this video just bye.